What the fuck are you doing, Bungie? I'm making this a quick intro for everyone that is from my channel. I'm not a Destiny content creator, as you know. However, I do like Destiny. I had one video I made on Destiny referring to something somewhat similar to my channel. So I like Destiny a lot. However, my channel isn't based on Destiny. However, what has gone down recently, not with just Destiny, just fucking Bungie. Like, what the fuck is happening at Bungie right now? It, I, 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 I don't know. So this is what this video is about. This is a really quick Rocco rant. I'm gonna catch everyone else who maybe doesn't know or who really cares. I'll just catch you up to speed on what the fuck is happening. So to start this out, let's do a quick recap of what the fuck has been going on. Last year in October 30th, Bungie fired roughly around 100 of their staff. This was due to a 45% revenue projection that they missed. I believe that's what it was. So whatever projection they had for Lightfall to make, they missed it by almost 50%. That is a big fucking miss for projections. And guess what? Because of that, roughly 100 people had to lose their job. All right. And I believe at the time, Bungie was sitting around 1,400 people, I believe. All right. I could be wrong. I don't know where it was there, but basically 100 people lost a job. Fucking horrible. All right. This was after the acquisition from Sony as well, who paid $3 point something billion. Yes, $1 billion for Bungie for some undisclosed agreement. All right. Now, what is even fucking worse? Even before this, they promised there'd be no layoffs and there'd be no studio restructuring because of this. So they fucking lied already. They lied once. All right. And this was also before that the final shape came out, all right? This is right before the final expansion for the Light and Darkness saga for Destiny is coming out. A lot of shit is riding on this. This is the final expansion. There is a lot of expectation. And they basically had to push it back because of this. And that that was for a lot of players, the morale was gone at that point. It was kind of getting pessimistic. I don't think Bungie could pull this off. They just let off 100 people, and they're saying they're missing so much of their projections. They have money woes. Are they able to make another fucking good expansion, above Forsaken, above Witch Queen level? Here we are. Final Shape comes out. They somehow fucking do it. It's a great expansion. Fucking critics and general user rated scores, people liked it. We almost hit the new concurrent players on Steam. However, because of launch issues on day one, we didn't pass it. But overall, as expansions, it's a fucking overwhelming success for Bungie, and the fucking devs crushed it. I'm sure fucking crunch was involved. I'm sure they worked countless hours. All right, blood, sweat, and tears, guaranteed. That went into that expansion, and it fucking shows. It's a great expansion. All right. Honeymoon phase is coming off for Destiny. All right, we get it. There's some issues, whatnot. However, like I said, overall, fucking success. All right, we're moving on. They didn't specify what's going to happen next year for Destiny. They kind of teased it. We got episodes to keep us by. And here we are, almost 2 months after Final Ship. What happens? Bungie lies a fucking again. Here. July 31st. The CEO, Pete Parsons, I'm not going to read this. I'm going to paraphrase because there's already been dozens of other videos going over this. Basically, that is doubled. 220 fucking of their workers are gone. That is roughly 17% of their studio. Almost 1/5 of their studio is fucking cut. That is their reward. How would you feel if you spent, I don't know, let's say they spent a year, little under a year on the Final Shape. I'm sure they probably spent longer, but let's just say you put a good part of a year working as hard as you can to make the best possible expansion. And I bet you leadership, Pete Parsons, I'm sure they probably told them, hey guys, if you knock this out the park, if you make this a really good expansion, it makes some good sales, maybe we won't have to fire anybody else. All right. I'm sure they're like, make this sell good. And guess what? We won't have to do this again, right? Well, they do that. They fucking knock it out the park, like I said. And you're rewarded with, oh, roughly 20% of you are just fired. Oops. Not even that, just miscommunication in the fact that there were people who didn't even know they were fired from Bungie themselves until they saw the fucking article on social media. Like, how the fuck do you not communicate that before publicly releasing this information? That's like wherever you work. If you're watching this, let's just say you work for some studio and you just open up the news and it's like, yeah, we're firing half of our fucking staff, and you're like what? Like, I was not informed about this yet, and guess what? It's already public information, and you're already fired. So that's how some people found out, and they talk that it includes some of their executive and senior leader roles. Executive, I'm fucking sure like 3 fucking people got fired, all right? The people that actually caused this whole fucking problem, I sure most of them are sitting pretty, not being touched. However, some of their senior leader roles, that we had the senior narrative lead, they got fired. So the people, or the person who was involved with a lot of the seasons leading up to expansions, they're fucking gone. A lot of the audio team is fucking gone. The player support feedback, all that's gone. Like, you're eliminating key people who have made your product what it is as best they can, and you're fucking eliminating them to cut costs because you couldn't manage your fucking studio, and you couldn't manage where your money went and where your people went. Because they also explain basically why they had to do this. And straight up, Pete basically admits, we had way too much on our plate. Look, they had Destiny 2. It's already a fucking high burn rate game, all right? It's undoubtedly expensive to keep that game running, okay? So they had that. They had to maintain Destiny 2, which is their only income. That is their only game keeping this studio afloat. Destiny, they had that going. They have Marathon, which is an extraction shooter. So they have that going on. Then they had Project Gummy Bears, which I believe is getting outsourced to Sony now under a new studio. And they had Matter, which was canceled. They had Project Payback, which also came out because of all this. That also got basically canceled. Not canceled, but held indefinitely. So they had roughly 5 different projects trying to start 5 different fucking projects while maintaining a live service game like Destiny. So you had one source of income and you're basically trying to fucking do all these other Are you kidding me? How do you not have the foresight to understand one game is not gonna fucking support 4 other developments? That is like, okay, look, Destiny's popular. Bungie is not getting that kind of fucking money. They're not like League of Legends where, they don't have Riot money. They don't have fucking like Microsoft money. This is, sure, they have Sony money, but Sony only gave them $3 billion for that deal. And obviously that shit, they fucking blew it. Whatever, they blew it on something. On top of 220 people leaving Bungie, basically getting fired. It's stated 155 other positions, which is another 12% of the company, is straight up just getting moved into Sony somehow. Sony literally had to step in and help 155 other employees basically maybe not keep their job, but keep another position open, and throughout the next quarters or whatever, they're going to integrate them. So on top of 17% of people that straight up just fired now, if they don't have a job, another 12% would have been fired if Sony had not been there. That is fucking crazy. And like I said, this is like a slap in the face to the fans. Dude, even the fucking developers, they're probably not even motivated. At least, I imagine a majority right now are fucking infuriated. They spent all their time for this, and their reward is a fucking reduction in team size. How the fuck do you expect them to even support Destiny now to the capacity that people expect? There's already been the articles coming out, and basically what's happening is there's smaller content packs coming to Destiny instead of expansions, which is like the game is almost on life support. I feel like now Destiny is kind of forever changed at this point, unless I really don't even know. Like you already cut fucking basically over 20% of your studio is gone. All right, you only have 850. I think they said they have 850 workers still there, and they didn't say how many are working on Marathon or Destiny, but those are their two priorities. But I guarantee you, Sony's probably pushing them to focus on Marathon. I'd still say Destiny probably has the majority of people working on it, but definitely Marathon has more people now. I'm sure some of the people that had other projects that were cut, they probably got moved to Marathon, or they had probably had, all the switches. But I kind of think they're riding on Marathon. I, I don't see Marathon pulling them out of this, even if Marathon sells extremely well. I don't see Bungie being like, oh, thanks, Marathon. Thanks for bringing this money, and we're going to put it all back into Destiny. They're probably going to put it right back into Marathon. And if that's the case, then Destiny is going to be on life support then. But who knows? Maybe they'll put the money, come back, and revisit Destiny's future. We don't know. They haven't said anything yet, and we probably won't hear anything probably for a while. But it's just so. The people that actually make the good things are getting punished because upper management does not know how to manage their goals and expectations. They promise so much shit in these deals that are physically unobtainable. Whatever they promised to Sony, clearly they've missed everything across the board. Whatever they promised, if they promised them like the 4 other games, they're gone except Marathon, basically. Gummy Bears is now under Sony, so technically Sony owns that now. Fucking 2 games, and one already exists. It's Destiny. They already have their fucking golden goose egg, and they're not taking advantage of it. Another thing, they had 4 other projects, incubations. Not a single one of them was a sequel to Destiny. Nothing to continue the thing that is actually currently bringing them money. They've had a problem with getting new players for years, literal fucking years. It is so hard to get new players into this game. A sequel is literally the best time to get new players because it's a fresh start for everybody. It's a fresh start for existing players, for new players, for returning players. Literally, we all have the same start. That is the best time to get new people to come and play your game and hopefully stay. Why the fuck was nothing like added? Not even added. Why just nothing for Destiny 3? There was no plan. It was never a thing. It was never canceled. You can't say it's canceled because it never started. That baffles me. How? You have a fucking game. You have a franchise that people fucking love. Sure, it's probably fucking dwindling now. After hearing this news, I would not be surprised if a good bit of players are just leaving because of this. Look, I love Destiny. All right, I do. And at the end of the day, I think I'm just going to stick with it until the bitter end. But I don't want it to fucking go out like this. Like, my fucking friend mentioned like a while ago, it's like, what if Destiny just kind of sadly faded into obscurity and, just fizzled out life support? And now that's kind of sounding like what's going to happen. Unless something changes. But nothing's going to change until Marathon comes out, which is next year. So I don't know. It's it's fucking crazy at this point. And dude, it's hard to like get people to play this game with all this shit going around. Like the game is, it's subjective. I think the game's great. I think a lot of people would like this game. But for years, management is just fucking going against the developers, going against the things that would actually continue to make this game profitable more than it ever has been. This game has so much fucking potential, and the people leading the ship just do not know what to fucking do with it. They're sitting up there doing random shit, and every random fucking thing they do is literally hurting the game. And then in response, they don't get punished. They keep their jobs. And fucking the people that are actually trying to do good, they're the ones getting hurt. But because of this, supposedly the Sony takeover has basically been started. And it's going to, take some time. But holy shit, dude. CEO needs to go. Upper management needs to go. Put someone who's been on the ground floor, who's been working on Destiny, put them in fucking charge of CEO. I guarantee you, Destiny will enter a new fucking category of a game if you put someone up top who is as passionate as developers are, which they fucking are. And I'll end on this note. It's not a good look as a CEO to also flaunt your $2.3 million car, classic car collection to your employees days before you fucking fire them and lie straight to their fucking face. So, think about that next time. Well, guys, I didn't really expect to make this video, but here we are. And I don't know. I feel like I had to make this because everywhere I went on my YouTube, it's just I saw everybody talking about this, and I feel like if I at least talk about it to 4 fucking people, I'll get it out my system. But I hope this is the last we have to hear of fucking people losing their jobs as Bungie, and I hope leadership and something changes. I hope if this Sony takeover, if anything can come for this, I hope the new leadership actually understands what the fucking do with Destiny, because the people who are there right now clearly don't. Well, thank you guys, and I'm gonna get to recording a planned video that I had, so double upload today. But hope you all take care, take well, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.